hi everyone. This is episode 494 of the OotiniCast, and it's being recorded on the 14th of August, 2024. This is the raw version of the show that goes out with all flubs and flaws intact, and then we will take the video, still with flubs and flaws intact, and put that on YouTube. But we will also clean up the audio as needed and put that out as our podcast tomorrow. So we are live on twitch.tv/OotiniCast, and I can do a little, we'll try to let people know that we're live. We'll see if this works. It's been bugging on me for so long now.
I found that sometimes you just have to hit it a couple times.
I can try. I've done that before too, and it didn't seem to help. 494, so only 4 episodes before the big 500.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Did you see we'll be taking servers down August 20th?
I did.
Yeah, that's fun.
So 451's coming up, so that'll be good. Let me post this. Not sent. We'll retry it. Retry it. Nope, it's not working. All right, I'm gonna just do it for my personal account.
It's all that shit talk you do about Musk.
All right, we'll try it again.
On Brandon?
Yeah. I guess I'll do the @ as well. Okay, that's out. And I usually actually can then go and find it on the official channel. Good. Okay, we're good. All right. It's almost the top of the hour, so we're just about ready to get going. Yeah, so yeah, 451 will be coming out soon. So that's all good stuff. The patch notes are coming out. The official patch notes are coming out before the 20th, like the 19th. So we don't actually have that available yet. But we know some of the things are in it because we had the live stream a little while ago. Let's see. Let me go ahead and do something here real quick, since we have a moment.
What's up, Marcus? How are you?
Hey, Marcus. How you doing? Nice to see you. Let's see. Just go ahead and do this instead.
Whoop. It's good to see you too. How's your skating going?
Let's see. No, it wasn't that one. Hang on a sec.
I'm going to go direct to fan.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, you should have seen Chill just put his shirt back on. He was flexing and stuff. It was really sexy.
And let me actually, I just want to throw, I don't want to throw the whole dev live stream bit in the show notes for this one, but I just want to have the little breakdown, a little, like hit the highlights if we need to. All right, so we got that in the show notes. I think I'm good
70 pounds. Holy crap, Marcus.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
That is a lot. That is really cool.
It's cool.
All right, and
ready
we're at 4. Yeah, are you ready? All right,
ready.
Get back to the top of the show notes. Yeah. And Kitty, just as a thing, I was thinking, with most we can mention it if we want to in our week, but I thought we'd talk about the firebolt mostly during like the mine trap, because that was what it was about anyway. So we can talk about the firebolt probably mostly then, if that's cool.
Yeah, I saw that you had that in your notes, so I was just going to mention it and then.
Cool. Then we're set. All right, let me have a little water or drink rather, and we'll get going. All
Holy
right.
crap, dude!
Going in 5. Okay. Sorry, let me actually. Don't think my mic's quite where I like it. For the podcast anyway. This is I usually have it a little bit further back for streaming because I need to have better access to my keyboard. And then for the podcast, I actually wanted it kind of as close as possible, not quite, but pretty close. And let me double check my Audacity and make sure that still looks good. It does. We should be fine. Okay, going in 5. Hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast, the podcast that is about power and who is allowed to use it. I fucked it up.
You want to start over?
I'm going to start it over. All right, let me put that on. You do the clap so that you can see it on the Audacity line. Anyway, hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast, the podcast that is about power and who is allowed to use it. This is episode 494, being recorded on Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. I'm your host, Chill, and with me is my co-host, KittyKissz. Hey, Kitty, how you doing?
Hey, Chill, I'm doing great, thanks.
Great, and what you've been up to since the last show? And there was an extra week because of my schedule, but we're back on track.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like when I knew we were gonna have a week off, and I always tell myself, hey, that's an opportunity to write a bunch of stuff down for to talk about during the stream. And I completely forgot. It's just like,
Hey, it's easy to do. It goes really fast. It really does.
It does. It went really, really fast. So I've been PvPing with you. And
a lot. It's been awesome.
We're getting about an hour at least every day. And it's been really fun. What was we've got people that are starting to join us.
Yes,
which is really cool on a more regular basis, which is great.
Yep, there's some from I think from your stream, or at least from the guilds that you're in, or something like that. And then now I've got a couple from my stream, Lady Melunia, and he goes by, his name's different a little bit sometimes, but BLZ I believe is what he's called, something like that anyway. And he's Lord something in one of his characters is like Lord something, and they're both really nice. They seem we're all just kind of having fun, doing pretty well too. I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's really fun, and I don't really PvP much by myself, and then so PvPing with you makes it super fun, and then having people kind of coming along and being regulars, that even makes it more fun.
It really does, yeah.
And we're really laid back about it,
Yep.
And it's just it's great, and we've been doing really, really well in the bracket we're in, which
in the lobby. Yeah. We're about to graduate out of.
Yeah. I was thinking that we should probably get to 60 something.
Okay.
Just kind of do a bunch of flashpoints or something. Just
so we'll have
those characters
one more
going.
PvP session that I think will get us both to there, or whoever gets us there first. And then, you're right. We should just, because that's actually what I did on my one of my other characters. I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Yeah, I'm only 43 and I have no buffs. My what are the my XP buff that we take and it lasts like 3 hours. That one went out, and I'm just all right. I'm gonna stick here.
Okay, I like that.
It is so much more fun because of the lower bracket doesn't have the perma 75s, which sucks all of the fun out of that bracket. And if you remember when we first started doing this, I don't think that exploit was as well known, because I just noticed that there's more and more and more and more and more of those perma 75s that are going into there. Yeah. And you can't do anything. You can't do anything against them. They just wipe you.
Right. And especially when we're significantly lower. Yeah. But even and then they're pretty tough even when, we get up to the 70, 75 level.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And
it's going to be interesting.
Especially when there's multiple, I forgot what I was going to say, but oh well. Out of sight, out of mind, whatever. But I'm not looking forward to it. I'm I don't want to go into that bracket because of those Perma 75s. Just wreck it. So hopefully
hopefully if we get up to 60,
it'll take a break or something.
Yeah, it'll be enough so that we can feel better about it. Yeah, that'll be good.
But yeah, going in there at such a low level at 46.
No. Yeah, nah.
Last time, and I don't think that's a good idea.
Yep, and that's why I've been doing that on one of my lobies, who's no longer a lobie, but yes.
Oh right.
Yep.
Right. Are you doing that on Satil Shan or Starforge?
No, this is all on Starforge. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got the season done then?
Oh yeah. I've been pegged at 30 for a couple of weeks at least now. So. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think I have 2.5 more little dots and then I'll be done. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I look forward to it every day. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Excellent. Can't wait.
I bought the new pack, but we're gonna talk about that a little later.
Yes, as did I.
And about the new speeder, baby. But we'll talk about that later.
Right.
I've been playing my Darth Evil Obi-Wan tune. And we're in the chapters now.
Oh wow!
And I've got a new thing that I've been trying out.
Okay,
and that's dressing up my companions like other characters in the chapters. So Theron is dressed like Theron.
Okay.
Wait, Theron's dressed like Arkin.
Okay.
And Lana is dressed like Valen. But she has these goofy goggles on. And Senya, I just tore her body apart and put all limbs and a real dumb helmet on her. What's his name? Is a Tusken Raider. And the mask that I have for it, Koth, it has this little mouthpiece that moves when he talks, kind of like Beaker, from Muppets, and he's all and every time I look at it, it cracks me up.
That is funny. So that's one of the Sand People masks do that?
Yeah. Weird. It's somebody in my chat called it Muffler Mouth because it has a bunch. It's the one you get on Tatooine in the cantina.
Okay. And you have to be social 3 or something like that? Is it like that sort of thing?
I don't think the socials matter anymore.
Oh, okay.
I think all that stuff is out the window. But so what happened is I bought
and it does and it does a little flappy do thing.
Yeah, it's it goes it looks really funny.
That's interesting. I haven't seen one that quite does that. Usually they're completely solid. I have seen there's a couple when I was doing Jade, she had a mask and it was because it was a cloth mask. When she moved her jaw, you couldn't really see much, but it stretched it a little bit, your jaw was moving underneath, and that seemed pretty realistic. The flappy do thing sounds hilarious, actually.
Well, go get it and try it out. Throw it on one of your companions in a cutscene. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but it's awesome. Really funny. Yeah, Dirty Sock says it's really stupid looking when he does it. But every time it cuts to my characters and cutscenes, it makes me laugh. So
that's funny.
I think it's funny. Beaker. I'm trying to find different things to dress up characters as they're coming back. But it's pretty funny. I've got who is it? I've got Shay Vizsla dressed like Shahar's brother. So Shay looks like a Twi'lek.
Okay.
So everybody thinks it's Vet. But I've got it's all messed up. It's funny.
I see. So you're mixing it all up together. Mm-hmm. Right. Really there's that one helmet that gives you Twi'lek things. That's cool. But who do you have it on? On Jaisa?
I have it on
or Major Pierce.
Shea Vizsla.
Oh, I see.
It's on Shea Vizsla, so she sounds like Shea Vizsla, but she looks like it would be Vet.
Right. That's so weird.
It's really funny. And the Valen outfit with the hood and the goofy goggles on
Lana.
Lana just looks. They don't fit right. She looks terrible, and it's hilarious every time. It looks like they're kind of like they're not on right. It's really funny.
Like the optometrist didn't adjust the glasses right.
She looks like a little kid that's pretending to be a space pilot. And of course, because the helmet clips the hair, it looks like she has a 5 head. So it's awesome. It's really funny. And then that's all
funny.
Messed up. So, and I'm not sure who we're gonna put the Valkorian armor set on, but it needs to be somebody with a large body.
It would
because
help,
that suit is so intricate that when you put it on a small frame, you don't really get to see it as much.
Right.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. It's
Would
pretty
it need
funny.
to be
I've
a
been
story
taking
one?
screenshots.
Because you have Major Pierce, who's body size 3 for sure.
Yeah, but I don't have Pierce on that character.
Oh,
and I'm too lazy to get him. Yeah.
He should be ranked 10, though. You should be able to go and just grab him.
No, I'm on the Inquisitor.
Oh, you're Inquisitor. So you'd have to do PvP. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Some of the characters you can't really, customize very well, like the robots and stuff like that.
When you said vet, my head was like, oh yeah, because you probably was a warrior. So, but you actually got her just the normal way from Profit and Plunder. Okay,
I've got
cool.
What's his name? Galt is in Shea Vizsla's outfit. It's really funny. It's like it's kind of it screws with your mind a little bit. You're like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
I would totally get messed up.
I'm kind of thinking that it'll be funny for people that come in the stream and they know what the characters are, but their voices are completely different.
Right, and they're pulling out weird weapons and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm giving like the
why
biggest
is this Force user
weapons.
Pulling out a pistol all of a sudden?
Yeah, exactly. Why does Shea Vizsla have a rifle? So it's just kind of funny to me.
That's awesome. I love it.
And I got some armors from the big sale.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I got a couple, but I haven't put them on because I'm waiting for a sale so I can unlock them, or a character that, I think is going to need it, but
right.
Got a couple extras in case I want to try and sell them or, give them away or something like that. But I'm waiting on some other outfits to go on sale. Some of the new ones from, the Acolyte and Ahsoka.
They're pretty cool. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of waiting patiently. So, but that's about it for me, Chill. I'm going to pass the ball on to you.
Cool. Let's see who's in chat. So Starry Saber, Squishy Twitchy, Roxy Love, Oman, Oski, Kitty Treats is here, Jedi Knight 1, Eric 972, Darth Dirty Socks, and Aethel, and Marcus is here, Marcus B. And let's see, Oman. So, hey, everyone. And let's see. So, yeah, lots of PvP. I've been doing the Lollipop Chainsaw cosplay, which I'm really enjoying. It's a Guardian tank, but with DPS gear, so skank tanking it. So she's basically 45. We're going to have like one more session, and then we'll have to do some power leveling. Really liking that one. And it's also fun. I found the toe touch emote, which is very cheerleady. So it's like perfect for her because she jumps up in the air, touches her toes. And then she even does like a little fist pump afterwards. So it's like, I use that one a lot on her. But yeah, I made an imp and a pub side character, one each, just to do some more PvP. Because I wanted to see like what it would be without you actually and just try it. Right. I want more PvP sounded like fun, but I wanted to see like how it would go. Just sort of, striking out on my own, and that's been a lot of fun. So I did Frank Drebin from Police Squad, or in the Naked Gun movies, if you prefer. So he is
in color.
Yep, and I did. He's a merc doing the agent story on the imp side. And I know that mercs have 2 guns, and he's more of a single pistol guy, but I wanted him to have range. I didn't think Frank Drebin would be like a run up and, flamethrower and stuff like that. So, so I went with the gun thing. And the funny thing is, I actually have his outfit is basically his level 1 outfit. It's the original shirt, the original pants, the original boots. And I just, put the covert stuff so he doesn't have any gloves on or wrists or anything like that. And, and his pistols are his level 1 pistols as well, because the pistol you get at level 1 looks like a revolver. So it's like, okay,
right.
We're just going to do that one. And it does have a color crystal thing in it. So at level 10, I did put in a purple and black crystal so that it looks a little bit more like gunshots and a little bit less like a full-on blaster. But it's a lot of fun. And on the Republic side, I made a Gambit cosplay, which I've never done before, which has been pretty fun. I put pictures in the show notes of all the characters, if you have access to that through our Patreon.
I also put a picture of Lana, Koth, and Senya and
Yes,
Theron in there.
I'm looking at it now, and it's like, yeah. It's awesome. And so Gambit is, I'm doing him as a hatred assassin. So it's a spec I really haven't done much of, and I've certainly never PvP'd on before. And so this is the dot, but it's close up. I've done the dot ranged character several times, like Magneto and a few others have done it. But I've never done the hatred one, which is the melee one, and I just didn't know how it would play. And I remember thinking from a long time ago that it just what kind of wasn't for me, and I'm not sure why I felt that. But this time around, I'm really enjoying it actually, and it's got some unusual choices. You can get like a second stack of death fields. You can have death field a little more often. And you can get resets when you use your recklessness and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, actually. And it takes a long time, unfortunately, before you get all your dots. He finally got all his dots after level 45. So he's actually high V now. So we got him up, and this was sometimes with Melunia and BLZ were with us.
Oh, nice.
And that was a lot of fun.
Great people to play with.
Yeah, exactly. So once I ding 45, then Lady Melunia's character and we just queued up for some flashpoints. We did like 3 or 4 flashpoints, and it was like,
nice.
And now he's got, he was 45, and now he's like 53 or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. And I also did a little bit more today, but only like a little over an hour. So he gained maybe another level or something like that. So he's probably 54 or something like that. And I think he dinged 55 actually. Yeah, he did actually, barely. He's dinged 55, which is kind of funny because I've got all this. 55 is one of the levels of gear you can get from the Warzone boxes and stuff. So he has some of that gear. But because I'm power leveling right now, I actually have him in the XP gear, which I usually don't. But I do have him in the XP gear right now, so I can't actually use any of the 55 gear. So it's all that's all kind of going away, and I'll just keep power leveling until he's like 60, and then then we'll start again.
I forgot about the gear, and I have it over on Starforge.
Right,
so.
I do. And as I do as well. And then I've got. I will probably then, once we ding 45 tomorrow, I can send the XP gear over to Lollipop as well. If you're going to, and otherwise we might, we'll get too far away from each other, which wouldn't work too great. But
I figure we could queue up together for flashpoints and stuff.
Exactly.
If you want.
It'll all work.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, a lot of fun. Frank Drebin's a little bit behind. He's only like level 37, just because I haven't happened to have played as much on him. But having a lot of fun. It's a kind of a fun cosplay, not necessarily my most accurate one. Gambit's actually, I'm pretty happy with his look.
Yeah, Gambit looks good.
Thanks. And and he does in fact use a bow staff as a weapon. So I took the Beskar spear, and he uses that as sort of the bow staff equivalent. And it's been that, so that works really well. And I still like the for Lollipop Chainsaw. So Juliet has the Rascal's Toothpick to sort of stand in for the Lollipop Stick.
Oh, nice.
That actually, I like that.
Yeah, I saw somebody that looked like Gambit, and I asked them if they were cosplaying as Gambit, and they're like, no. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Oh, and the Gambit kind of gave me a chance to use like the pompadour hairstyle. I don't think I've ever had a chance to use it before. You could use other ones to sort of simulate his sort of like popping up out of the top of his mask look, but the pompadour really works pretty well. I wish there was one that went across the, you know, the full face and then went across the forehead, but there's nothing quite like that in the game. There's a couple that are sort of, you have to basically pick your poison. Like it either has to go across, but then, you know, maybe I didn't want to hide the hair because that really made it look different. You know, or there's another one that shows the ears, but then it kind of just has a wrong shape to it around the jaw. So I just went with the one I went with, and I'm really actually pretty happy with it. And I have the whole trench coat look and stuff like that. So that's all fun. Anyway.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah.
So let's go to the tip of the week. I did do a tip this week, and we'll talk more about the Firebolt here in a second. If you get the Firebolt, it does have a burst of speed for 2 seconds as soon as you mount up. So if you're mounting up, I've kind of had to adjust my thinking, because usually I mount up and then I just sort of like, and then I think about, okay, now we're going to go. But if you do that, you're going to miss out on like half or more of the little speed boost. So you kind of have to be already running, you know, like already be auto running and know where you're going to go, because otherwise you're going to hit a wall or, you know, get stuck on something and you're going to lose the whole thing. Yeah. So it kind of changes how you. We'll talk about that more in a second. But in any case, the 2 second speed boost that Firebolt has when you mount on it, it has an internal cooldown, so you can't just dismount, remount, and, you know,
good
have
idea
the
too.
Boost up all the time. Yeah, it seems to be 10 seconds. I haven't quite confirmed that, but I've like sort of I've used my cooldowns that I've had running to sort of test if that was the right amount. That does seem to be the time. If it's not 10 seconds, it's very close. It's like 9 or 11 or something like that. I'm guessing it's 10 seconds though. Anyway. So what you do is you use it, and then if you want to do it again, you can dismount, remount after 10 seconds. So, and if you don't have it up, then it's definitely a loss of speed for sure. But if you wait the 10 seconds and you get it again, it actually does, you know, add to the amount of speed you get over time. So I noticed when I was doing the flashpoints with Lady Milunia's character, and we were queued up, so there's other people as well. The first boost of speed really gets you past, like, if we're all mounting up at the same time. You definitely zoom past them a little bit before you go down to the normal speed. It's very addictive. But anyway, so yes, so if you have, especially if you do have mount on the move, which otherwise I think this would not work really well. But if you have mount on the move, you can kind of, after 10 seconds, dismount, keep running while you remount and get the speed boost back. And I do it a lot. And I'm totally addicted to it, unfortunately. All right. So if you do have a tip of the week, send it to OotiniCast@gmail.com before the next show for a chance to win a Tonfon M83R droid or M2B9 droid code and a 450cc code as well, all courtesy of Broadsword. That'll bring us to the Mind Trap. Let me bring this back to the top of the screen, or top of the page, rather. So the question was, and this was a great one, Kitty, because it's obviously very timely. Have you or will you buy the SWTOR Firebolt Edition bundle? And then the options were I have, I will, or I won't. And we got a pretty good amount of votes, 121 votes. So thank you for everyone for reposting and voting and all that good stuff. I won't, understandably, won with 67.8% of the vote.
Yeah.
I will was second place with 19%, so a lot of people still planning on doing it. And I have was 13.2% of the vote. I had by the time this was posted, so I put the I have for my vote. And I believe that was your vote as well, Kitty?
Yep.
Yeah. And what do you think about it? So,
the Firebolt.
Yeah.
It's
and the bundle itself too.
All right, the bundle's pretty cool. I like that you get 10 packs of dies, 5 primary and 5 secondary packs.
Right. On
every character. That is so many dies.
That's a lot of dies.
I don't know if you are going to use that many dies. Because one character is probably not going to use 10 different dies. So, and they're all legacy bound. So, you just throw
I hadn't
in.
even noticed that.
Yeah, they're legacy bound before you break up the pack, and they're legacy bound while they are singular. You know,
right?
So you can send them to other characters. So I just been sending them to my artifice, who has all the dies anyway, and I have a couple that are already open. And
it's funny, I don't know why I never noticed that they were all legacy bound. Yeah, you'll definitely end up with more than you ever need for sure. Even
it's so many.
5 and 5 is more than I need, even on a character has a red theme.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, you can use them on your companions, which
exactly.
you want to kind of synchronize your team color or something.
Yeah, and I do find myself sometimes like previewing it and seeing like what it'll look like on this or that outfit for companions and stuff like that. I do notice like something about the metallic red on certain outfits doesn't work very well.
Turns it black.
It turns it black. Yeah, basically it's like really dark, slightly shiny, like it would be with metallic, but like with the hint of red. But it's not like the red metallic like you would expect it to be, and it's unfortunate because it happens on a fair number of outfits actually. So you definitely want to preview it before you're going to use them. The boxes you can actually take out one at a time, so if you don't want to have them like completely taking over your inventory, instead of accept all, you can take them one out at a time and just leave the box and then put it back in storage.
I didn't know that.
There you go. Another tip
Fun
of the week.
fact with Chill. That's awesome.
I would say that
cool.
it's kind of it's a little unfortunate maybe that because like I get why they did it sort of, but it's $100 bundle. It's quite expensive. And yes, if you're going to be subbed and if you like the cartel coins, then it's definitely worth it. But it's unfortunate that you can't get this speeder, and maybe the dies or even those two things together at sort of a lower price point.
At the moment.
Yeah, maybe they'll change that, but they I don't think they have for the other one.
That's true.
As
they
far
haven't.
As I know.
Well, yeah, they did.
That one doesn't have the speed boost, but it does have the level 1. You don't have to have speeder piloting. You can use it from level 1 thing going on.
Right.
But it's like because just like it's a lot of money, and it'd be nice if it was like just the items and a bit of a lower price point. That's my personal opinion.
Good marketing.
Yeah, it's my personal opinion. I get it though. They want to make the packs seem a little more bigger, and also it. Of course, it's nice to have more subscribers. So, this is a way for them to sort of tempt people into subscribing for basically 6 months, 180 days. So, not quite 6 months, but it's basically 6 months.
Right.
I
love the speeder.
Yeah,
I love it, and it's ruined other speeders for me.
Absolutely, for me too. It's like, and. Of course, because I'm cosplaying, like if there's a reason to have a particular speeder or creature mount or whatever on a character, I will continue to do that. So, Poison Ivy's still going to have, the little Backlund running around with the leaves dropping off of it and stuff like that. But anyone who can get away with a tech mount is going to be using this mount, I'm sure.
Yeah, because
it's totally addictive.
I got the Nightmare Mode Space Barbie style that I play, and that the rules dictate that you can only use the amount that would be available to your character. So I'm stretching like, okay, how could I have what would make sense for me to get them out? But sometimes I don't have the mount, and then I get the mount back. Oh baby, that thing is awesome. It's so fast.
It feels fast, yeah.
It's
very
what
addictive.
What I like to do is right before you're going into a place that you can't have speeders in.
Yes,
that's
when
off,
you remount,
jump on, and you're like
you're
halfway to where you need to be.
Yeah, especially those places where like there's some NPC you got to talk to, and it's at the end of like a 2-mile conduit that you can't mount up on. You're having to, rocket boost twice to get there. So instead, you do that, and it helps.
Go ahead.
It's like, it's not the end all be all. It's in the end, it's the same speeder pilot piloting most of the time, but that burst of speed is completely addictive for me.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Yeah.
I also use it to jump gaps. That there would be no way you would ever be able to make those gaps. And I'm wondering if that's going to make some parts of getting the holocrons easier.
Yeah, exactly.
Or getting to different places on the map. Or
getting to places where they never intended it because there was never a way that you could get far enough across or whatever. Yeah. Even like every time they raised the vehicle speed limit, they would have to think about things like that. But this is another one, only it's, I think, a little more extreme. Yeah. Because if you're clever, you should be able to get some pretty good jumps off that you'd never be able to get before.
Right. And you get the boost even if you're sitting still. Mm-hmm. So if there's not a lot of runway, that thing is going to give you a boost that's better than any speeder upgrade that there is.
Yeah. So I can totally see myself accidentally just pitching myself off of cliffs looking to go for like datacrons or whatever. It's like,
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's like mount up and then realize, as I'm falling to my doom. Oh yeah, that's right. This particular jump is meant for, regular speeder speeds.
Right. But yeah, I'm addicted to it, and
yeah,
it's completely
addictive for me too. I just and I do like the speeder. I definitely like it. It starts with the flares already going, essentially. Like most speeders, it kind of starts you at the base level, and then the flare kind of brings out the wings or shoots the guns or whatever. This one, it starts out with all the fire and the little thing popping up in the hood and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. And then when you flare it, it actually calms everything down. And I actually calm everything down as a matter of habit now, just because I don't need the extra noise all the time.
Right, which
it's fun sometimes, but I don't need it up. I don't need that 100% of the time. And it has go ahead.
I would love to see them add this feature to some of the mounts that don't have a flare and they're really loud. It could act as a mute.
Right.
On them, because I don't know the name of it, but it's a mount that I love. It's one of my favorite mounts. It's basically like a rocket with a chair built onto the side.
Okay.
But it's so loud that I never use it.
Right.
And if it just had a flare that turned that down,
that
would be great. I'd be able to use it again.
I'm really particular about speeder sounds for sure, because if I'm going all the way across part of Hoth or whatever, I don't want to be hearing for me it's usually high-pitched whines are what do it for me. If a speeder has a sort of high-pitched whine noise as part of its engine noise, I can't use it. I just can't. There's some really great pod racers that came out. Like the original pod racer has a great sound, and I use that one all the time, the red and gold one. But there's a lot of other pod racers that came around, and a number of those had like a sound as part of their engine noise, and I cannot listen to that all the time, so I do not use those at all. The thing about the Fireball, the Vectron one, when you tamp it back down, it has a really nice running sound. It's
exactly.
It's a little throaty, but it's quiet and it's really nice. And the Vectrons in general are some of my favorite speeders in the game anyway. I like I dig the whole 1930s car with the fenders, and sometimes the running boards and stuff like that. That whole 1930s car look. Love it. All the Vectrons have it to some degree. There's a couple weird exceptions. The Vertica, for example. But basically all the Vectrons have that sort of 1930s car look, and this one does too. And it's just really sweet. It's also very metallic. It's shiny and stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good stuff.
Yeah, I aesthetically, I like it as one of my favorites. The speed boost, unsurpassed. And the sound is great, but it's even better if you don't want to hear that, because you just turn it off. It's cool. The blower kind of goes below.
Yeah, the blower goes down, calms down.
I don't know if you've noticed that when you turn on the flare and the blower goes up, shakes. It goes.
That's right, it does, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's
It's a
cool.
nice little.
There's
detail.
a lot of nice touches there because like the flames that come out the side, and they seem to be related to your color somewhat. Like there's some red flames no matter what, and then it kind of settles in on whatever your color crystal is.
Yeah, there's some lights that.
There's also. Did you notice that the lights on the dash change when you do the flare or undo the flare? The lights change on the
No, I
dash.
didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to kind of you'll have to almost zoom in. Like it's a really cool touch because it's not super obvious, but they kind of like change. Like there's more of them when it's like all flared up and then it calms down.
Because that dash looks really cool too.
It does.
It's not
very
too
nice.
busy, but it looks.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And again, it has a sort of nice curved 1930s sort of look to it. Very nice. Good stuff.
Very good.
It's funny.
Thumbs up for me, Chill. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we were talking about the package as a whole, because like almost everyone who responded with a text to the poll was saying, where they basically were talking about from the point of view of it being a subtime bundle. Like they weren't really talking about the Firebolt. They were saying, well, I'm not really subbing right now, or Alex Gislin was saying, I'm doing Bessie and some other things that I want to do, so the subtime works for me, so yeah, I'm getting it. So like because the subtime is like a big part of the bundle and it is an expensive bundle, like it becomes a big part of the choice of whether people get it or not, which like I said, I have mixed feelings about. But
a fun fact about the time that you get for the pack, if you've already subbed for like 6 months and you get the pack, it will tick your pack time before your paid sub time.
Nice.
Which is really cool because I pay annually and I don't know when that's happening, but now I got 6 months before I'm going to get, charged for the game.
Nice.
Which is cool.
All right. Anything else to say about the pack? I mean, like I said, even though I have some, I had my reservations about the way they did it, I personally don't have any problem with the pack. Like I'm very happy I bought it, getting a lot of use out of the Firebolt, getting some use out of the dies as well. And
welcome back.
Welcome back. Actually, on my end, you disappeared.
Oh, no, it was you that disappeared.
That's weird. So on my end, you disappeared. On your end, I guess I disappeared. That's funny.
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, but and I don't have and I don't buy as many cartel coins as you do, but I do occasionally buy them. So this just became one of the times when I bought them, and and I'm really quite happy with the package personally. Even though clearly it 2/3 of the people are responding are like, I'm not buying this at all. So yeah,
right. I thought I might have buyer's remorse, but I have none.
Right.
I think between the cartel coins and the playtime, that's worth it to me.
Right. Oh,
and then getting the extra goodies, those are tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendously useful.
Right. One thing that's for sure is the Firebolt will have to be banned from the Utini 500.
That's what I thought as soon as I got it. I was like, there's no way we can use you can't have a Firebolt in a speeder race.
Yeah, you can't even have and yes, we usually are mounted up and there's like a bit of time before it takes off, but even then you couldn't use it. There's no way to allow people to use it because part of the fun of the race is getting knocked off by the enemies and then either killing them very fast or just running and remounting. But when you remount, you're going to get that speed boost again. So yeah, right. those will have to be verboten.
Definitely.
All right, I think that's good. Let's go on to the holofeed. And so the events, because I was gone, the event thing came out, and then we weren't around. But so the Gree event actually happened between August 6th and 13th while we were between shows. So that one came and went. The Pirate Incursion is coming up on the 20th to the 27th, which we also now know this is also going to be 4.5.1.
That is correct.
But it's also going to be Pirate Incursion, which, so let's see. So also one other thing that even though it's not on their events for this month, the Nightlife event is ongoing and it's on its final week. So that's going to be gone on the 20th. And then the Pirate Incursion is coming. So yeah, I haven't.
This is our last week.
Yes, this is the last week of the Nightlife event. So I am personally going to find some time, either on stream or off, to go around. Because I've been doing a lot of, I do some dailies and stuff like that. So a lot of characters have a lot of, Emperor's chips sort of built up over the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. And I haven't really spent, much time doing it. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to find some time to go and just burn a bunch of Emperor's chips, if nothing else. It's funny, like last year, I worked so hard to get those glasses. This year, I got them by accident on like my fourth pull or something like that on that.
I got them too.
One. Yeah, so I have an idea of what I'm going to do with mine, but we'll leave that for a future show.
I think I have 4 pair now.
Yeah, I have not gotten the special new helmet that's kind of like the old goggles with the fancy, effects on the glass. Hope to get him, and I guess I'm going to try to some degree. But it's a lot. It's a lot to go for, and I'm okay with the changes. I guess I'm not perfectly happy with the fact that you have to lose in order to get the boosts. And also the boosts don't seem to happen as often. No. Especially the Karma one is really hard to get from the...
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like the Karma ones...
I hardly ever get that one.
Kingpin.
Yeah. On the Kingpin one. Yeah, the Karma one.
I feel like I get that one more than I get the other one.
The Feeling Lucky buff? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I just haven't played enough, but... yeah, I feel like I get the... Anyway, it feels like the buffs are a little harder to get, and
they seem like they are.
Yeah, it's it feels a little rough that you have to lose in order to get the buff as well. It's not as, I don't know, it's just not as pleasing. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd rather be like, oh, if I get on a lucky streak, like, okay, I've only got 4 Smuggler's Chips left, but if I get on a good lucky streak, I could get the Feeling Lucky buff once, or who knows, maybe even twice. But now it's like, okay, well, I've got 4 chips. Well, those are probably going to go away, and I'm not going to get the buff even once, because that's kind of how it happens. But yeah. And I've gotten a few of the other things, some other stuff off of them that are always fun to have. I've gotten several of the pets and a couple of the mounts, even though I haven't played that much, so it's been good. Having a hard time getting that Karma buff though, for sure. All right. So yeah, Pirate Incursion starting on the 20th. It says through the 27th, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The Firebolt edition is now available. We've been talking about that already. Just as a reminder, it's 180 days of subscription time. It's 5,500 cartel coins. The Firebolt on every character, 5 primary red and 5 secondary red metallic dies sent to every character. And the bundle will be available until September 23rd, and it's basically $100. Yeah, it's available till September 23rd, 2024. So
that's coming up.
Yeah, that's what that is. Let's see. There's some known issues in 7.5 that I thought were interesting that they made a little post about. They added these semi-recently to the known issues of 7.5, although we're going to 7.51 here pretty soon. 7.5... let's see. So purchasing the East Wing exterior and suite key for the Cupero Stronghold will remove the West Wing exterior and suite key from the vendor. So the workaround is, if you're going to do this from the vendor, purchase the West King key first. So the second workaround too would be selling the East Wing key back to the vendor will make the West Key King reappear on the vendor. So also using the East Wing key or allowing the 2 hours for the refund to process will make the West King key unavailable. So yeah, so don't use the East Wing key or allow the refund to process. So allowing the 2 hours. So yeah, so if you're doing this, it's kind of buggy. That it sounds like there's something that they're going to be working on. But anyway, yeah, purchase the West King key first for Copero.
Interesting. I didn't have that problem. Did you?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But I've only really done it on the main one where I actually got it from the track. So I didn't actually have to get it from the vendor.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because this is more about the vendor.
Gotcha.
Then
that's why it didn't happen to me.
Yeah, and the other one is that players who have an odd number item rating, for example 333, may not be granted upgraded items from the Kalumi or other upgrade caches. So yeah, that's interesting. So
it's always so weird. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why is that?
So it's like
where in the code does that mess it up?
Some sort of weird rounding thing, I guess, or something like it. But anyway. There's a Bessie influence level issue that they're aware of as well. So apparently there's like an influence reset on Bessie for alternate characters when you visit Lane's lab for the first time. So based on their testing, this reset only occurs once per character. If you've experienced the issue and lost significant influence, you can contact the support team to have your influence restored. And then they're actively working on resolving the root cause of this bug and will include a fix in our next major update. Which is interesting because I know now 7.51 is coming out, but I'm not sure if that includes 7.51. So I'm guessing maybe not. It'll be a little bit further on because this only came out this post about Bessie only came out a couple days ago. So
what is a major update? Is that the
7.6 maybe? I don't know.
7.6
or 7.52. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. So 7.5.1 is now coming August 20th, we know. So it's basically a week from now, and just a little less than a week from now. They'll do the usual thing where they bring down the servers for, they're estimating 4 hours. That's pretty typical for this sort of patch. Yeah. The patch notes will be available August 19th. But they did highlight a few items for us, and I even highlighted the highlights a little bit because I thought some of them were interesting. All server restrictions to the Shea Vizsla server will be removed. So we're now at the point where Shea Vizsla will become more of a regular server, which basically means the prices are going to be going up on Shea Vizsla pretty soon.
Yeah.
It was they've been open for what? Better part of a year? Not quite a year, I don't think, but like more than 6 months. So
yeah,
it's been an interesting thing to watch for me, just to sort of see that happen. The prices have been depressed still, like they're still quite low. So it's going to be interesting to see how fast that changes. Mm-hmm. In my case, I'm still kind of struggling with costs and so on. So, and I don't play on it quite enough to really build it up just through gameplay or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see if the inflation does come in to some degree. The inflation has been it's still high, but it's been sort of ebbing slightly, somewhat on the US servers. Definitely. So it'll be interesting to see how much of that actually does come over to Shea Vizsla. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see. In 7.5.1, the download size, there's a little thing they wanted to note. There is an issue regarding the Disorder trailer triggering, as it's now included to kick off Legacy of the Sith expansion story content. So they've fixed some audio issues to the Sacrifice trailer. In all, the changes could add roughly 2 gigabytes to 7.5.1's download size for some players. I guess I'm not sure exactly who wouldn't have it already, but anyway, you could expect potentially a little bit of a bigger gig. For most people, that's not going to be a big deal. Unfortunately for me, it kind of is. The SSD that I play on is not the biggest. It's now 7 years old or whatever. So yeah, unfortunately, even a couple gigabytes I might have to keep an eye on. But we'll see.
Have you backed that thing up yet?
Not really. I probably should at some point.
I'd back it up. Back it up
in case it goes bad on me. That would suck.
Yeah, it would really suck.
Yeah. So
get an NVMe.
Which?
It's one of the sticks.
Oh, okay. It's like a big stick, big memory stick.
Yeah, it just goes
right
in there onto your motherboard.
Okay.
good to go.
Yeah, well, there's some really big USB memory sticks too. I could probably use that if I really needed just a backup. But I'll worry about that later. All right, conquest rewards for personal and guild weekly conquests will be limited to a single pending reward of each type. So if you play normally, it's not a big deal. But if for some reason you're just logging on, maybe popping one of those 100K, things that'll give you conquest instantly, that you get as a login reward once in a while.
Right, yeah.
And then you log out again without accepting them, and you log back in a week later, pop another 100,000, log out again. Those are going to be limited to just one of each type. So you won't, and as a result, any pending rewards, so if you are doing that and just sort of building them up, any pending rewards should be claimed prior to the patch release. So you have less than a week now. And then future rewards will need to be claimed before the next weekly completion of the same type, or they won't be awarded.
Well, I have a whole bunch of those things.
And they did a little notification. So there isn't a reduction in rewards, but what it is like if you're building up this in this weird way, it can cause. It was breaking the mission rewards limit apparently for some players. Sheesh. Yeah, which was disallowing that player to then start new missions. So this is sort of an unintended behavior, because if you notice, if you do crew skills and mission rewards, if you do crew skills, when they build up, I believe it's just to 3. It used to be more, but it's just 3 now. It forces you to accept them before you do anything more. So
right.
Yeah, but apparently conquest rewards weren't part of that process, and so for some players, as a sort of an edge case, they were just sort of building up. Well, they won't be able to build up them anymore. That's gonna go away. So definitely accept those, or else you might potentially lose some of those old rewards that you've built up. Pick them out and grab them before the next patch, which is the 20th. So less than a week.
I got like 80 of those things.
Yeah. So Bessie, the Basilisk prototype venture, completing Bessie's story missions will now reward players with items which will raise her influence rank. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I heard people were kind of bummed about that.
Yeah, the items will allow Bessie's influence to increase to 30 by the end of the venture. Players who have already completed the story missions will find these items available at the HK or Astromech vendor, but they will only increase Bessie's influence to 30. So it won't get you all the way up to 50, but it'll get you up there. And then Bessie companions that are claimed from collections will no longer have their influence reset when a player visits Lane's lab on Runic for the first time. So apparently that is going to be fixed.
That's good.
Yeah, so if you're worried about that, if you've unlocked it and you've got them on other characters, you might just want to go ahead and wait a few days until the next patch before you actually visit Lane's lab on Runic again, on those alts anyway. And it always talks about how it's claimed from collections rather than the original character that you've been leveling it up on. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't seem to be affected. I think you could still do stuff on that person for sure. And let's see. Was there anything else? So 7.5.1. So Twitch drops will be coming. So for people who have connected their SWTOR to the Twitch account thing, on you do that on SWTOR.com. That's going to be coming, and you need to watch a few hours worth of SWTOR Twitch streams, and then there's going to be right now it's just the one bonus. It's a vehicle,
right?
Yeah. There could be more in the future, but that is starting on 7.5.1. Galactic Season 7, The Greatest Bounty, is coming. It's not 100%. It doesn't have to happen as of patch day, so I'm not sure. But it is the greatest bounty, and this is what I was kind of sort of alluding to a little bit before, because they say on the thing for the events that it's only going to be a week, but they also have said that during Galactic Season 7, The Greatest Bounty, that is going to be available the whole time. So my guess is that what they said on the event page is actually just incorrect, and it's not really going to be a week. It's really going to be for the whole Galactic Season. I think that's correct, but I guess we'll find out for sure later on. There'll be the Feast of Prosperity is not coming yet, but this is what they talked about during the dev stream. The new date night missions, that should be available, so that'll be interesting.
Grumpy Cat.
Right. So it's Eric and it's Vet. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Those are both awesome companions. There'll be some, and then there'll be Cartel Market editions. I'll also remember the adjustments made to obtaining gear. They basically made it so you can do more weeklies of certain types, especially like not so much the nightmare mode, but more like the story and some of the veteran sort of level type stuff. You can do more of the weeklies, just so that you have more activities that you can do as far as
solo
obtaining
people
gear. Yeah, that was just
people can get the gear.
Yep. And
also,
that should be part of it.
I heard that they're going to be raising the cap on some of the end game currency. Right?
Yeah, I didn't.
Did I hear that?
I haven't
right?
seen confirmation on that though, on like what they would be. But that is something that could pop up on the patch notes, but we won't have that until the 19th probably. So
cool. So Monday.
Yeah.
Monday.
Yep. All right. And is there anything else, Kitty?
Not that I can think of.
All right, then. That's a show. If you'd like to play with us in the Utini Knights Guild on the Republic side of the Satil Shan server or in our
Utini Raid
Guild on the Empire side, do a C/C join Utini to join the Utini channel, then it'll know you're a fan of the show. You can email questions and comments about the show to OotiniCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter using @OotiniCast or Mastodon at OotiniCast@mastodon.world. You can find contact details for us on our website, OotiniCast.com, which includes how to subscribe using iTunes and the rest. We record the show live bi-weekly, Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific, streaming at twitch.tv/OotiniCast. Our theme song is Doomsday by Jean-Paul Zogby. And thank you to the chat room. Thank you, chat room.
Thank you, chat. We will catch you guys later.
And
let me see.
We'll see you next show.
Toodles. Who's on?
All right, and let me go ahead and we'll look for that. Let me get to the I have to get to the creator dashboard to do that properly. Okay, do you see who's on right now? Or
Smokey's on.
Smokey, okay. Let me see. Yeah, they should be following. It'll make that easier. There he is. All right, let's go ahead and raid Smokey. So
bye, you guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so PvP tomorrow for Kitty and myself.
Yeah.
And then possibly some flashpoints after that too.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay, let me go back to OBS, stopping the stream.